Pile the signs of the zodiac. I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, psychic, seer, and modern mystic, bringing you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for this new moon in Gemini, June 14th, 2026 psychic crystal reading for each of the four elements: earth, water, fire, and air. The earth signs are Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. The water signs are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. The fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, and the air signs are Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. You may want to watch the elements that correspond to your sun, moon, rising sign, and even cusp sign, because this new moon in Gemini is not just going to affect your sun sign element only. So you may want to check those out. Remember, sometimes your rising sign and your moon sign will resonate more for you than your sun sign. And if you're born on the cusp of your signs, sometimes your psychic predictions and messages can be coming to you from there. That's why you should also, if you're born on the cusp of your sign, check out the element that goes along with that. So remember, these energies are going to be the strongest the day before, the day of, and the day after this new moon in Gemini. However, the energies can last for the next 2 weeks and even up to 30 days. So now onto your psychic crystal reading for this new moon in Gemini, and I'm starting with the element of earth, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. This new moon in Gemini is going to give the earth signs more spring in their step. You may feel more motivated, more energized, more lively, having more vitality. Some of you will be inspired to get in touch with relatives you haven't seen or talked to for a while. Or even if you have talked to them for a while, you may want to make connections to your family, to check in with them, to do social activities with them, to make phone calls or text messages or hang out with them. If you have a business or a project that you're getting ready to get going on, you may be starting to rope in other people on it, like getting family to come in and help you, getting your friends to come help you, or hiring specific people to come help you on some type of project or plan that you are getting ready to do, or even a business. You may be very watchful and careful about watching your step. Now, this could be literally watching your step, not wanting to trip, not wanting to fall, climbing up ladders, down ladders, or if there's slippery conditions, or if you're on a roof, or watching your step comes up here. But it could also be watching your step in what you say, oh, I better be careful, watch my step with what I say. You may be very concerned about not offending anybody, or, people taking what you're saying the wrong way. You could be very concerned about that. Somebody could hold open some kind of job opportunity for you, or it could be some other type of opportunity. Maybe it's for a collaboration, or it's to invest in something, or it could be to work for them. But some kind of opportunity doorway opens up for many of you earth signs over the course of the next 2 weeks, but up to 30 days. I feel like stars are aligning in your favor, some of you earth signs. So it's you're going to get some kind of luck, good luck, good fortune, blessings coming to you. This could be a new moon that kind of gives you the permission or leeway to take a vacation, take time off, take a rest. Or even if you don't take a vacation or take time off, just taking more time throughout your day for relaxation and maybe even fun, but like relaxing fun. Now, here are the 3 cautions for the earth signs. Some of you got to keep a tight lip and keep secrets, because this new moon in Gemini could lead you to want to spill the beans, reveal secrets. It could be other people's secrets, or it could be your own secrets. So it's best to, you know, when I was a kid, my mom or grandma would go, lock that key and throw away the key. Like, that's what you have to do here. You know, some of you may be tempted to be unconventional, break rules, break laws, break regulations. But I'm going to warn you right now, for some of you, even if that's not what you normally do, you may feel compelled to do it. But if you do it, it's not going to work out for you. You're going to get caught, or you're going to have to redo something, or it could cast a bad light on you. So be very careful of breaking rules, laws, regulations, protocols, because I feel like some of you earth signs are going to feel inspired to do that. And I feel like you're going to have to, you know, pay the piper later on. You have to be careful of what you put in writing and what you verbally say, because I feel like there could be something you're going to have to retract. You could feel particularly like sarcastic, and you could say some sarcastic jokes or things, or you could put things in writing, like on social media platforms or whatever, and then you're going to have to take it down or retract it or give an apology. And if you have to write any contracts or documents over the course of the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days, you may not follow through with that contract. You may break the contract, so be careful of that. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the element of water: Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. This is a new moon that could really drive up bravery and courage in the water sign people. Some of you, if there's something where you could be elected to be the boss, the president, in charge of something, the head of a committee, the head of a group, club, organization, or a leadership role in some way, you could be picked and selected, especially the day before, the day of, and the day after the new moon in Gemini, and for the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days. And I feel like this will make you happy. I don't feel like this is something that you don't want to see happen. If you had a business or a company that you wanted to start up, you may choose to start it up now. If you had a company or a business that you tried to start in the past, or that you had running in the past that didn't work out well for you, and you like shut it down and closed it, I feel you may reattempt it again, like reopen a business that you shut down, reopen a business you retired from, or starting a new business. This could be a time where you could teach a class, a webinar, a seminar, coaching, any kind of teaching, or you could be taking classes, signing up for them and starting some kind of course. So you could be teaching it, or you could be a student. Some of you could have some really good, important conversations with some kind of higher up authority, or like a boss, an authority figure, and it could go really well for you. Your strategizing mind is going to be on point. This is going to be a great time for you to strategize new plans for your life, or some project or work that you do, or business you own, or something you're involved in. You're going to come up with like new ideas and strategies from the energies of this new moon in Gemini. This could be a time where you get like inducted into something, indoctrinated, inducted into something like a club you want to belong to, or a membership to something where you get a certain card or certificate, you learn the rules and regulations of the club or whatever, the group, the club, whatever it is. So that could happen for you over the next 30 days. So now here are the 3 cautions for the water signs. Be careful of talking too much. You know, you could spill secrets. Now, the earth signs got something like that, but this comes up, it's similar. It could be the same, but I get you telling a story, talking about your past or telling what's going on in your life, and you're like, I don't know if it's like you're spilling secrets like I got for the earth signs. This feels like you're just telling too much information, and the people you're telling it to, you really shouldn't be telling them all that information about yourself, about your life. So be careful of that. You got to be careful, water signs. You could have the tendency to create drama in a situation that doesn't really need to have the drama. It could be in the parking lot over a parking space. It could be in the food store. Somebody bangs into you. It could be, you know, your kid does or says something that is minor and you blow it up and make drama out of it, or your significant other. So be careful of that. Be careful of blowing things up and making drama where drama doesn't really need to happen. If you're going shopping for anything, you really need to look at things very carefully, because I feel like you could buy something, maybe it's a gift for somebody, or maybe it's not, it could be something else, and you don't look at it and the package is open and stuff was already taken out of it, or you just don't really examine it carefully. So anything that's in packaging and you're buying it, but it doesn't even have to be packaging, it could be something else. You really need to check over it multiple times, upside down, inside out, flip it around, because I feel like you're not noticing something that's like a part is missing or pieces are missing or something's damaged on it that you're not noticing. So those are the 3 cautions for the water signs. So did I give 3? I don't know if I did. I'll give you one more because I can't remember if I did 3. So what happens when you get old. You have to be careful of your energy level. If you are, the earth signs got something similar to this too. If you're tired, you need to take naps and rests. Don't drive yourself so hard, because the energies of this new moon in Gemini could really make you feel like, I got to keep going. I've got a lot to do. Busy, busy, busy. But you could, burn out. You could be burning the candle at both ends. So you really need to be careful of that. And if you're interested in getting any of the special videos I record on very specific topics, they are available on these platforms. Patreon at the Lucky Mermaid Pam Georgel. On Gumroad, theluckymermaid.gumroad.com. And on Vimeo. My Vimeo videos are still available for purchase on Vimeo until June 23rd, 2026, and can be downloaded and saved to your computer for future viewing. You can still view your purchased Vimeo on-demand videos on the Vimeo website until September 21st, 2026, when they will close their on-demand part of their platform. So I hope those messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now, before I go on to the fire signs, I just want to let you know I have 5 video series you might be interested in that are new. The first one is the mid-year love and romance psychic tarot update for 2026 for each sign of the zodiac. You may want to check those out if you have any curiosity about your love life. And I will be looking at singles and couples in this reading, but I recommend you listen to the whole video because sometimes the messages that apply to the singles can apply to the couples and vice versa. Also, my mid-year Psychic Tarot update for 2026 for each sign of the zodiac are available. You may want to get your sun sign and your rising sign or whatever normally resonates with you on my YouTube and Rumble readings. Also, my course correction, Psychic Tarot and Oracle card readings for 2026. Based on these psychic crystal readings, people always want to hear the cautions. So I thought, why don't I make a video series about people's, what they need to be cautious of, and then what are the solutions. So the tarot is going to show you what you need to be cautious of and the warnings, and the oracle cards are going to show you the solutions or advice. Then my financial psychic tarot readings for 2026, if you haven't gotten them yet, you may want to check them out to see what my spirit guides had to say for you about your finances. You really may want to look at your rising sign more than your sun sign, but whatever you feel drawn to watch and get. And the last one is my psychic crystal readings for June 2026. They're a continuation and an expansion of the psychic tarot readings that I do at the beginning of the month. So if you want to hear what else my guides have to say for you for the month of June, you may want to check those psychic crystal readings out. And remember, these links are all down below in the description box to get to those videos. They are on Vimeo and my Patreon shop. Eventually, these links will get posted on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page. And now on to the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So let's see what you have here. This could be a time where you get associated with and bring in new relationships. It could be a new love relationship. It could be a new friendship relationship. It could be a new business relationship. You could be giving presentations and speeches, or you could be talking with people that you haven't seen or talked to for a while, that are friends or relatives or, business associates. This new moon in Gemini is going to make the fire signs drive a hard bargain. If you're buying something or selling something or negotiating a contract, you are going to be driving a hard bargain. You are not going to be a pushover, and you are going to really fight to get the price you want, whether you're buying or selling, or you're going to really fight to get the conditions you want if it's some kind of contract. Again, this is a big, impactful energy for you of you driving a hard bargain. This could be a new moon that activates you demonstrating your skills. You could be giving demonstrations. You could be going on auditions. You could be going to job interviews. You could be creating videos. However you could demonstrate your skills. And remember, the energies of this is the strongest the day before, the day of, and the day after the new moon in Gemini. But the energies can last for 2 weeks and even up to 30 days. This new moon could make some of you fire signs want to reinvent yourself. Now, how are you going to want to do that? Maybe it's your career. Maybe it's your appearance. I feel like for many of you, it's your look. So you could be changing your hairstyle, changing your hair color, getting different makeup, wearing different types of clothing than you normally would do. I feel like that is a big energy here for the fire signs. Something is going to capture your attention, And you're going to get really captivated by it, and you are going to dig into it. It could be a new skill, a new hobby, a new craft. It could be a TV show. It could be a TV series. It could be a movie or books. But I get something really grabbing your attention, and you like really, really putting your energies and focus into it. If you are interested in creating anything that's a series of videos, a series of books, a series of, I don't know, something else that could be written or produced or put out there in a series, I feel like you're going to get involved in doing that kind of activity. Some of you fire signs are going to be putting out the vibes to meet someone new. So if you're interested in romance, you could be like, you know, I don't know, putting your thoughts and intention like, oh, I'd like to meet somebody new. So that's putting your vibes out there. It could be like on a dating site or going out with friends and like, you know, or to gatherings and putting that, you know, like, I'm interested to meet somebody vibe out there. So now here are the 3 cautions for the fire signs. You have to be careful you don't go off on any kind of tirades or anger streak, because I get that you're going to upset people. And I feel that you are emoting. It could be to your kids or one of your kids or to your love partner or to people at work, or if you're a boss, it could be to the employees. Like, but I get you like, you know, angry, spitting fire, going out on a tirade, verbal, and you could really upset people. So you may want to dial it back, because once you do that, it's kind of hard to recover and make up for that. Some of you really need to be careful. Your calculations are wrong about something you've calculated. So if you're like building a deck or, you know, doing something with a bank account or something, and you had to figure out something mathematically or with fractions or whatever would involve calculations, you're not calculating something right. So you need to double and triple check your work or have somebody else check it over, because I get miscalculations here. You need to be careful. You could be prone to getting rashes, prickly heat, heat rashes, rashes from bug bites or poison ivy or something else. Like, but I get like prickly, stingy kind of feelings in your skin. It could be to do with sunburn. It could be sunburn, bug bites, poison ivy, some kind of food allergy or an allergy to soaps, laundry soaps, shampoo, you know, whatever. So be careful of that. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the element of air. This is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. This is the kind of energy that the air signs are going to feel like you want to catch a tiger by the tail. Like you could feel more outgoing, adventurous, and daring over the course of the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days. This is going to make some of you air signs be so intent on manifesting. Maybe this is a really great moon for new moon, because new moons are the manifester moons, not the full moons. Full moons are when you release things. New moons are when you manifest things, and I'm getting it really strongly here for the air signs. So get out those journals or vision boards or, you know, however you do like to do your manifesting around the day before, the day of, and the day after especially, or even up to 48 hours after the new moon would be the strongest energy for manifesting. Some of you are going to put together something that's complex. It could be a diagram or a graph, or it could be a story if you're writing a novel or a story or maybe a video, but it could be very complicated or complex, but it could also be a chart or a graph about something. Some of you air signs are going to be talking to family and friends about a vacation or like planning one. You're either going to plan it, like you could be talking about it, like where are we going to go or what are we going to do? Or maybe like if you already have a vacation plan, you could be talking about what you guys want to do while you're on this vacation. But I feel like you're talking to multiple people about this. Your spiritual connection is going to be very elevated. And some of you, if you're clued in and keyed into spirit guides and the spiritual realm, you could feel a presence around you over the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days. It could be one of your spirit guides. It could be a deceased relative to you or a deceased love partner or a friend. But you could really feel their presence, maybe multiple spirits' presence over that 30-day time period. If there was a project you wanted to start and you needed somebody to give you the green light, the permission, the permit, the whatever, the license, the permit, the permission, it could be a boss, it could be your significant other, it could be people that run your town. You are going to get the green light on the project, like, you know, it's go time. You could see a boost in your salary or a boost in your income. It could be through investments, but it could be through like work that you do, or if you own a business, you could start to see some financial gain. I'm not saying a big windfall, but seeing financial increase and gain comes up here. So here are the 3 cautions for the air signs. You have to be careful of your stomach. I feel that some of you could get really, like, you want to eat something that you really like. Maybe it's watermelon. I'm using that as an example. Or it could be smoothies, fruit smoothies, or I don't know, lobster. I don't know what you like to eat. But you could get into it like, oh, okay, I'm having it today. Then I'm going to have it tomorrow. Or then I'm going to get it the next day. And you could get on a bent of eating something that maybe is going to start upsetting your stomach. It might be too much fruit. It might be, I don't know what, or too much dairy or something. But I get some of you having an upset stomach, but I feel like it's either something you're eating or drinking too much. Some of you air signs have to be careful because there's going to be somebody you're not going to like that you're going to meet or you're going to have to deal with. And you are not going to hide it. You may think, oh, well, they don't know that I don't really like them, but you know what? It's going to be obvious. So if you don't want to look like you obviously don't like somebody or don't believe them or aren't interested in what they're saying, you're going to have to hide it better because I feel like it's going to be obvious. You got to be careful you don't drive yourself crazy, because I see some of you being really suspicious of someone or something, and you're going to be like searching the internet. Maybe it's something going on out in the world you're suspicious of. It may not be in your own personal life, but for some of you, it could be of your significant other or something your kids are doing or something about your boss, and you could start digging, and driving yourself crazy. So try to not let yourself get too worked up and too overly suspicious to the point where you're like overdoing it. So something to think about there, air signs. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And thank you for liking and hyping and subscribing and sharing this video. If you feel it's worth sharing, I do truly appreciate your sharing the videos. And please subscribe to this channel. I would love to see this channel grow bigger. It seems to be floating around the same numbers for a long periods of time, which I'm not really sure why, because I feel like a lot of people are, loyal watchers, but I guess it's not getting, my videos might not be getting pushed out to new people. So your likes and shares and subscribes, it helps the channel grow. And if you're interested in any of the special videos I record on very specific topics, bringing you more psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides, you can get them on my Vimeo on-demand videos and also on my Patreon shop. I've created a list you can read here on this slide, and they are also linked below this video in the description box. And eventually these links get put on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page. So I hope this new moon in Gemini brings you major, amazing energy and happiness. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.